We come in peace, peace, peace. Aye. From the west to the east, north to the south, in the belly of the beast. Peace. Aye. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. Aye. Feels like
it was only yesterday.
Aye. Don't be sitting, watch the sky turning ever grey. Black and white, watching money leading men astray. Falling in and out of light as the heavens spray. Aye. We mix the whiskey with the lemonade.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while, it's been a hot minute, and I know we haven't touched base with you for quite some time. We've wrapped up yet another Premier League season, and we're looking to get started with a new one in less than a week's time. How excited are we? I know I am. I've had a boner all week. Hard. Hotter than Vinnie Jones, baby. Don't get in a bar fight with me. We don't want to waste any time though, guys. We're going to dive right into it, and the first game on our list is none other than your Gunners. Mine truly. We always play the first match, it seems, and we were actually discussing this, if that was because we're the first ones listed alphabetically.
Who fucking knows?
But who gives a
They're playing
fuck?
first.
We're playing first. It's us versus Palace, so it's a repeat of last season's opening day fixture. We will be having a London derby.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. Now this one,
it's another London derby.
another London derby to
Out
kick off the
Lacazette,
season.
out Aubameyang, bring in Jesus. I only up from here, I say.
Big changes in the Arsenal camp, and ones that I'm absolutely enthusiastic about. I do think it's a tricky fixture for us, although I think it'll be a great way to gauge ourselves. Have we got over that mental wall that we seem to crash into every time there's a higher opportunity game or something that has a stigma associated with it, such as a London derby or a top team?
Yeah.
Because Arsenal, you know what, there's a lot of smoke.
We said that against Brentford last season too. Arsenal. 2-0 Brentford.
Brentford was hard though, because
Yeah.
nobody really knew what those guys were about at the time. You know, we weren't as tuned in, and we're very familiar with Palace. Palace does historically do well against us, but Palace was kind of a bag of shit near the end of last season. Preseason, they haven't been all too impressive.
Haven't done much in the transfer window.
I mean, with the changes that have happened, I feel like everything points to Arsenal. But like you have said before, I said that about Brentford last season, and fuck, it was a slap in the face.
Okay, but call me crazy. I say it right here. Gabriel Jesus, top 3, top 4 for the Golden Boot. I know it's his first season with the new club, but how good does he look already?
Very excited.
It is preseason.
No,
but
it
come on.
is preseason, but this is a player that everybody kind of knows. He kind of hangs in and around that spot where he is a top player. He is. But being at Manchester City, he didn't get as many opportunities as he would have liked with how competitive their lineup is. So seeing him being able to be a main man and not feel threatened and having to look over his shoulder every time is going to do wonders for him, in my opinion. Although we both think Arsenal then for the first one.
Oh, I gotta go Arsenal.
Arsenal all day. And that one kicks off at 3 p.m. on Friday, I believe.
Yeah,
it
get
is the
those
only
bets
game
in
that day, so
early.
get those bets in. Odds are still there. They are swinging more heavily towards negative on Arsenal, which is understandable.
Still what? Riding on evens, basically.
Almost, yeah. We're starting to branch away from it a little bit. Next, we've got Fulham versus Liverpool. Poor Fulham.
You know I'm a diehard, and do I have to say much about what's gonna happen here?
It's going to be a rude awakening. And the funniest part...
Welcome back to the Prem.
So Liverpool had just shown this. Everybody was talking mad shit about their preseason and they can't provide, and Darwin's a bomb, and this and that. Do not be fooled. Liverpool is still Liverpool.
Yep.
And they're going to come out and they're going to show that. They showed that against City. They had a pretty dominant win, 3-1. And they're going to come out and absolutely
3-4-0.
clap Fulham. So if you haven't taken out a second mortgage, go to the bank, see what they'll give you, put it down on Liverpool.
No questions asked.
But yeah, I say Liverpool. No doubt.
Easy doubt. Has to be.
Fulham is like a fucking ping pong ball. I feel like they've just been bouncing up and down between the leagues over the last 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Have they not come up and gone down at least twice, I think?
Well, I know it's a lot.
Don't quote me on
too
that.
much.
So Liverpool to absolutely beat the brakes off of Fulham.
Halftime, full time.
On the bright side, you guys will save some money at Canadian Tire because you don't have to pay for a brake job. Next, we've got Bournemouth versus Villa.
So I know you actually pointed out this. There's a ton of value in this game. I think Villa. I say I'll back Villa all
Positive
day.
money.
Gerrard's building a great side now.
Bournemouth newly promoted, and they never really have ever been impressive when they come up.
Do we know much about Bournemouth?
Right now, no, but they'd have the similar group of guys
Yeah.
that they went down with.
Yeah,
and
that's
to
true.
be honest with you, I think they're a great team in the Championship. Coming back to the Premier League, they'll be a bottom feeder. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back
Yeah.
down again.
It's tough to say, but yeah, get back down there.
And I say don't sleep on Villa. I think this project is going to be something good. Steven Gerrard has showed a lot of promise. There's a reason why Liverpool's already named him as Klopp's successor. So he has a couple good seasons at Villa, brought in some big pieces.
Yeah.
Coutinho is phenomenal.
Watkins
This
is
guy
looking
is
the player.
slimy.
Yeah.
He has an age a day. He moves just like he did when he was at Liverpool. And he looks great. Well, the teams are similar. I mean, Liverpool is about as good as Villa is at that time.
Yeah, whatever.
It's true. Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest. So, again, a newly promoted side. With the things that have been happening at Newcastle,
How exciting.
I'm expecting fireworks.
I was keep taking
Saint
it away.
Maximin,
Take
I
it
was
away.
going to say, this guy, we always preached about this, even last season. We would always say, how has he not ended up at a bigger club?
We get it now. We get it now.
But having waited it out, the money's come in, the backing's come in, and I can't wait to see him in a side where you can see endless possibilities really at this point.
It's so exciting in that side, for sure. So
And
much exciting.
Newcastle was really, really upping their standard at the end of last season with
sure.
all of the excitement that came in.
Bruno!
We almost expected that. I would say that Newcastle is going to take this at St. James Park against Nottingham Forest.
I agree.
I think they'll collect.
But
a
we
few
have
points.
to know. You know who's playing in Nottingham now?
No.
Jesse Lingard, the boy that never ages.
Jesse
Acts
Lingard.
like he's 18, but he's actually 31.
This guy's like, and he's like super overpaid.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
He's on, almost 200K
I think the best thing that ever could have happened to him was a move to West Ham, was it?
Yeah, stay at West
He
Ham.
was playing phenomenal football at West Ham, although there was a little bit of disinterest for that trade from Manchester United. I think they might have kind of derailed
disinterest, and you bring him back and sit his ass on the bench. Like, okay.
United's a posh club.
Yeah.
We know them. But yeah, I would say they're going to smack them.
Yeah, I agree.
I expect big
Everything noted,
I just think they're just going to keep elevating their game, playing better. Expectations are going to get higher. I really want to see Newcastle do well. It's such a big club that you want.
They should be up
is
there.
very, very prominent in the Premier League. Tottenham versus Southampton. Now, I saw this one when they posted the fixtures, and I saw this one. I was thinking, like, I hate Tottenham. Obviously, I hate Tottenham.
I just hate the Spurs.
I am not a fan of the Spurs. Being a fan of Arsenal, I'm even more so not a fan of the Spurs. Although they can play some good football. They stole our Champions League spot. Kudos to them. Can't take shit away.
Embarrassment.
Arsenal gave it away, but Tottenham, what a push. Good on you, lads. You deserve the Champions League.
And they've been doing
at our fault.
They've been doing tons of work in the transfer window.
And you know what? Richarlison jumping ship on that Everton. Oh,
Perisic.
man, he went at the perfect time. Oh, and I forgot. That's one of my favorite players. He's getting a little bit older there now, but he's one of those guys I see. He's almost like a James Milner, but way better. Like, way better.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Into that old age, they have that work
still
rate.
rely on him.
Like he's 19 and he's trying to bust into the lineup or something. But I would say Tottenham smashes Southampton. Southampton's been abysmal. The end of their season was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, I just recalled all the goals getting scored against them in those last 2-3 games. Yeah, it was abysmal.
So up to this point, we are basically all in line with our picks. So we're both going to go Tottenham to take Southampton. Take them to the cleaners. Now this next game, this is funny. This was the only one that dreaded word that every gambler hates, the draw. Because when you're gambling and you're competitive like me, you don't imagine anybody ever playing out to a draw.
Can't be
Somebody
draw.
has to win. Leeds versus Wolves.
Draw.
What did I say? As soon as you see this one.
What are you supposed to say about that game?
I want to say, okay, positives from both teams, none. Negatives from both teams.
Both draw
suck.
kings.
Both been in terrible form as well. I'm not really sure what's going on in the Wolves camp.
Or the Leeds camp.
I'm typically a fan of Wolves. Leeds, I expected shit to kind of hit the fan
that's
with
true.
them. I don't know.
And no Rafinha, too.
They come up, and especially after the first season they had in the Premier League, like being
Yeah,
reintroduced.
well, they were coached by a mastermind, Bielsa. That's why they look so promising. But
Bielsa had his fall off. We saw how bad he done. But yeah, Leeds versus Wolves. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
what?
Gun to me, Ed.
Yeah, gun to
I'm
my
probably
head.
going to have to say, if I had to pick a winner,
0-0.
draw. It's going to be a draw.
I can't.
I'd say draw. I don't have enough to go off. Not enough substance from either
No.
side to say confidently one of them can beat the other.
1-1 maybe.
Maybe take Leeds because they're
Both teams
home.
to score could be a market.
And Wolves, man, you guys need some more potency up front. You lost to Adama Traore. Raul Jimenez is probably the least dangerous, best-looking
I swear
striker
you say that
you've
all the
ever
time,
seen.
but it actually
No,
is true.
he's like, he'll be in the
looks
pocket,
a
he'll
player.
be looking
Looks a
phenomenal,
player.
touches great, takes the man on, sends it to the ball boy. But when he does score, it is pretty spectacular, although I'm sick of sitting around watching him miss some of the chances that he does. And like, when you look at him,
and
you're like,
Harry
this guy's
Kane are
dangerous.
hand in hand.
Don't leave him alone. Don't let him drift in space. But yeah, he's just meh.
Yeah,
Meh.
I agree.
Next, we have Everton versus Chelsea. Now, if anybody wanted to tell me that Everton's going to get points from this match, I would have to say that you're batshit crazy.
Does anyone pay attention to preseason? So Minnesota United.
I don't even think it was Minnesota. Minnesota.
No, it was Minnesota.
Oh, it was Minnesota.
It was Minnesota. They got clamped by them 4-0 with the starting team. Lampard outed his whole squad. Do you expect them to get a fucking anything
Bounce
other
back?
than a loss?
But on the bright side, they lost their best attacking option. Oh wait, yeah, Richarlison jumped ship. That's not very bright. Sorry guys, I can't see it. Chelsea's had an abysmal offseason as well. They looked pretty good against Arsenal for about 30 seconds until he slapped them in the dirt.
I still like Raheem going.
Raheem Sterling is I don't know if I'm just a huge fan and I'm dick riding this guy all the time, but he's a good player.
Yeah.
Phenomenal player.
Great player.
And I think maybe he gets slept on a little bit because of his attitude. He can be a whiny little bitch at times. But that doesn't take anything away from his game. Off the ball, I think he's one of the best.
And
His pace certainly does help.
yeah, for sure.
Great acquisition for
His
Chelsea.
finishing's only getting better.
But Chelsea, when are you going to get a real number 9 and not one that you sign for $100
they've
million
tried
and give
that.
back, kick him back home for beans?
Is Verna still at the club?
Oh, yeah.
Is Verna still in the
Sorry,
team?
not sorry, Timo, but you've been
That
very,
just shows.
very,
That just
very
shows
under
you've
par.
done nothing.
But I still say Chelsea to beat Everton. I can't back Everton. Like
Yeah.
these guys, like oh man.
Yeah,
The last celebration Everton had by the masses
Skipping
was
out on
not
relegation.
going down. They were happy they got to stay up. That was something I can't believe I never would have thought at the start of last season. No way. But I say Chelsea to beat Everton. You say Chelsea to beat Everton.
Yeah.
So
Should
we
be
are basically
comfortable.
right in line up to this point. And we've only got a couple games left to go.
This next one, who knows?
Leicester versus Brentford. This is another very tough matchup and
I
a
say
weird
it's
one.
a toss-up.
I think both teams played like absolute shite come the end of the season.
We gotta be real here. They've both been shite. Complete shite.
I'll be honest with you though, from the football that I have seen when I did watch them and even some of the off-season stuff, I probably would have to say Brentford.
Really?
I'm not. Yeah, I don't.
I'm going the Foxes at home.
I have absolutely no faith in that Leicester.
I
side
don't
right
either,
now.
but
they're freaking golden shoe. They're like last ditch man who would always bail them out
He
is
should've-
getting
he
old.
should have been gone long ago.
Jamie Vardy is old.
Yeah.
He might score a nice goal here and there, and I love him. And he's one of the greatest strikers I've seen in the Premier League over a period of time. Very, very consistent. And he's always been the same. Love the guy.
Think of Leicester, I just see flat.
I agree.
That's,
And it's almost like they got too reliant on...
okay, I'm not going Leicester. I'm going Brentford as
It's
well.
almost like they got too reliant on Vardy's work rate.
Yeah.
You know what I
They
mean? Like,
expect
he
that
did so much overhaul to get you guys goals, to get you guys results, to do what he does. And that's why I think even as he ages, the type of game that he plays, it's going to take more of a drastic turn than your typical superstar.
Yeah.
So I am going to have to say Brentford.
Yeah, I'm going Brentford. I'd take that back real
Is
quick.
Tony still at Brentford?
What do you mean, yes? Why is he still
How?
at Brentford? Top
That's what I
5 in
mean,
the
like-
Golden Boot, and he played for Brentford.
He's a brick shithouse. He looks sick. He's a phenomenal player. He's coming from a team that you know if a big club signed him, he is going to be humble as hell.
Yep. And his goal-to-game ratio is absurd for the club he plays at.
Like, why aren't we signing? I know we got Jesus now, but, like, we could have been looking at Tony.
Or even Chelsea, man. Pick that guy up.
Well, don't ruin his career.
True.
Yeah,
That is
Chelsea,
true.
leave
That is true.
Tony out of this. We know what you guys do to number 9s. So I say Brentford.
I'm going, Brentford or draw.
Look at this guy. He's a leaf in the wind.
This one shook me up.
Leicester.
This one shook me.
Now we're both Brentford. United versus Brighton.
Faith in Tanag! Faith! But we put faith in Man United all the time. If Maguire's not in that team sheet, I will put $1,000 on United to beat Brighton.
I think this might kill,
That's how I
this
feel.
might kill me one day.
Yeah.
Backing Manchester United. I hate them, and I always expect them to be good because of the caliber I've grown accustomed to over the
Things
years.
they've done to my head.
What? It's like a woman.
Yeah, what?
The only thing guaranteed from Manchester United is that Harry Maguire's shit.
That's the only...
He'll make a
Yeah.
mistake or
Mhm.
something. I don't know what to expect. I think under Ten Hag, they've been playing some phenomenal football.
They're at least going to be aggressive, strict on the ball, not like...
But that's kind of been the story of United. They're great when they don't need to be. And then
True.
every time, right when you turn the corner and you think, these guys.
Have you saw their preseason? They're going to win the Prem.
Oh, fuck.
Those
You
United
ask their
fans.
yeah, no kidding. Well, if you ask any fans, though, they're going to say that too.
And this game, I'm betting,
Except
like,
me.
well, I might
I'm
be,
a
but-
realist, and I know Arsenal ain't winning the title.
What?
I take that back.
We're gonna pin.
This
We're gonna
season
pin that. We're gonna pin that.
It's different. No, well,
We're
okay.
pinning that.
To be fair to me, right? So you get tortured
Yeah.
in a chamber for the last 15 years of your life. Every time you've tried to escape, they pin you down and they just do dirty,
Done.
dirty things to you. One day they open that door after 15 years and they're actually trying to let you go
Yeah,
free.
they're like, you know
and
what?
at this point, you can't even step through the fucking door
No,
because of everything you've been through. And that's me right now.
I like that analogy.
So, I mean, it's a little extreme, but that's where I'm at. United is going to beat Brighton, though.
Have to at home.
I think so.
think that'd be a great coming out party for this new team.
Mhm.
But is Ronaldo going to be a part of it or
If,
not?
if Ronaldo doesn't break into the starting 11, I can guarantee you, mark my words, he'll be sitting on that bench like a boy who just
Yeah.
went to the convenience store and his mom said, no, you can't get a chocolate bar. He'll be pouty, he'll be looking around, and he'll be all upset. And if they win, he'll be all smiles. And if they lose, he'll have a hell of a
You'll
lot
hear
to
about
say
it.
about it.
Yeah.
I do love Ronaldo, though. He is one of the GOATs. But that's just the guy. Everybody knows how he
You
is.
gotta play that man. That's how I feel. You have to play that man. I'm sorry.
I agree. I don't know. I mean,
You're
even
gonna
they
sit
tried,
a player like that. I just
they
can't.
tried to offload Ronaldo, said they didn't really want him for the project, and it baffles me that other big clubs didn't try to snatch him up
Well,
at
I
that price
hear
point.
he's in talks with bunch of Spanish teams now. He might be going back to
Well,
Spain.
I brought
and
this-
Dortmund.
I brought this point up to you as well. Even if you don't have plan, like people say Ronaldo's old. Like, what are you trying to build a team around? Not necessarily.
I'm trying to
This-
score fucking goals.
And this is a man who has done everything.
Yeah.
He has won just about everything you can win. He's got all the individual accolades. No World Cup.
But
though.
even so, even if you're signing him nowadays, you're not signing him for the act. That guy is still a proven great player
Killer.
to be
He
around.
is.
You're
He is.
not signing him because his past.
No, but
He's
even-
still a player.
Another point about that, bringing his past, is I said this to you about the young kids.
Yeah,
You have
that is
young
true. It's
kids,
huge.
and you surround
Huge in
them
the
with
locker.
a winner, a champion, a guy who knows what it takes to get to where
The
they're
level
all
you should
trying
be
to
playing
go.
at.
That to me, the knowledge is priceless.
Yeah,
It is.
true.
And like you've said, this isn't your typical run-of-the-mill old guy.
Yeah, we're gonna
This
sign
is
him 'cause what he's
Cristiano
done? No,
Ronaldo.
exactly.
He amazes me, and he continues to amaze me. And the day that he stops playing football will be a very, very sad day. Even when he goes to the MLS, it'll be a very, very sad time.
Unless we take a flight to the States.
Which is going to be soon, guys. Last but not least, whoa, they really saved a nice, juicy fixture. Well, it's not as juicy as I would have previously thought. West Ham, I'm a little disappointed with the way they finished the season. They have, again, they
can't knock them, though, for what
where they come from and what they've achieved under
Brilliant.
Moyes and the moves that they have made is phenomenal. They brought in a few key pieces as well, did they not? Not anyone I can recall.
Yeah,
off the
not
top of my
anyone
head.
really notable, but they still have that core.
Thought they brought in a striker because even I was kind of skeptical of it because you have Antonio,
True.
who's phenomenal. And
He's not moving.
we'll have to get back to that point another time, guys. I'm not as well versed as I thought I would be.
Regardless, he's
yet.
not that notable because we would have both known of him. He might be a good
And then
prospect.
you watch, it's gonna be someone huge, off the charts. In terms of this game, though, I do believe City is going to take it to the Hammers.
Haaland, though, I don't know. He's just not my type. Haaland, that guy's gonna be an absolute joke this year.
What a treat!
How did
We
he's in
get
the
to watch
Premier
this
League,
guy.
ladies and gentlemen.
I'll be honest. Whenever you see a superstar that breaks through the scene the way that Haaland has and the way that he plays, they almost always skip over the Prem if they didn't start in the Prem. He's
going head first into it.
He just took it on. He went he didn't go from Dortmund to like Galacticos or Barcelona or PSG or something like that.
Still a huge challenge coming to the Prem.
Yeah, he'll fit in just fine. I think.
For
He's
sure.
a big boy. He can take care of himself.
Yep.
I expect big things from him, and I can't wait to see him play. The only thing is, playing in a team like City, it's very systematic. Like, everybody knows their role, and I don't think it gives him as much individual freedom as I would like to see sometimes. I don't think that's going to stop him from creating magical moments.
Banging goals in left, right, and center.
Now, on to the fun stuff. We've gone over all the games, what we think the results will be.
We want to make some money now.
And we've decided to change our format. We're not going to really dilly-dally with some of the parlays and hit some fun stuff and stack crazy shit. We're going to go into our heavy locks. And we're going to talk about who would probably be the most likely of the top 6 from last season and going forward, who the top 6 will be.
Yeah.
Who is most likely to drop points based on their fixture. So, lock of the weekend. We have the same one. I can already tell by your reaction.
I don't even know
Liverpool.
what you're... Yeah. Okay, never mind. I know
Liverpool to beat Fulham.
Come on.
And the odds aren't completely shot on that game either because it's a new season. So don't be afraid to pull the trigger and put some big money down.
15 minutes, so make sure your bets are in before the game starts.
All the major bets we will make, guys, that we will confirm that we are backing. We may change our minds in the days leading up to the weekend after the podcast is done, but we will post them on our Instagram. Big balls, bad calls, all the bigger tickets that we will be placing. So our lock of the weekend will be Liverpool
100%
to defeat Fulham. Yeah. I really, really love that one. Most likely to drop points out of the top 6. So, City, Liverpool.
Tottenham, Arsenal.
No, United, Tottenham, Arsenal, and Chelsea.
Yeah.
Or Chelsea might be higher in the order. Anyway, it's those 6. So out of those 6 teams, who do you think is most likely to draw or lose?
So
based on the fixtures.
And based on just the fixtures, I think Arsenal is going to have a great season, but just based on the fixtures alone, I say just because it's a London derby, could that be a draw potentially? I think that's the most danger.
I don't disagree with you. To be completely honest, that's what I was originally thinking as well, as difficult as it would be. Now that we've mulled through them, to be completely honest with you, I think most likely to drop points could be Chelsea.
Against the Everton?
I know I talked a lot of smack.
His squad's a bunch of boys.
Did Lampard not beat Chelsea when they faced them last season under the management of...
I don't know.
I believe he did. I just remember his smug little grin because it was probably one of the only good things he could take away from what they were going through at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Chelsea has not been impressive to me at all. They lost a lot of their core guys, especially at an end of the pitch, which in the Premier League to me is you have to have a good back end.
That's true. But
You have to.
Kula.
In the Premier League, you can get a long ways without scoring goals, but if you can't keep the ball out of your net, you're as good as dead. You're done and dusted. For that reason, Chelsea, I feel like, has had difficulty scoring. Their back line might be leaky. Everton has lost their most influential striker, yes. I'd still say Chelsea most likely to drop points match day 1. So you say Arsenal,
Yeah.
I say Chelsea. I still would really like to
You're
touch.
saying that because you're an Arsenal fan.
Perhaps.
It's gonna kill you.
Time will tell. I would still like to get into value bet of the weekend in terms of the odds. So I think this brings us back to Villa. I really love Villa. You're getting better than even money, guys. The line is changing awfully
plus
quick.
115, I believe the odds.
I think it's higher than that,
higher
to
now?
be honest with you. Because when I saw it, I was like, ooh, I think this is one that the bookies have got
They don't really know what to pick right now, what side to go. Because, yeah, what's plus 115 or better, that's a value play. For sure.
Yes, 100%, especially on this fixture. Bournemouth versus Villa, newly promoted. Villa was showing that they can hang with a lot of the teams in the Premier League.
Almost anyone on the day.
But now, guys, that's everything we have for you today. It feels great to be back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Big Balls, Bad Calls. We will be placing all of the wagers that have been finalized will be posted on the Instagram. They will be there for you to view. And they'll be there with plenty of time to place your own tickets if you would like. So let's make this money and let's enjoy another wonderful English Premier League season. Can't wait to get back with you guys for the review video and have everything rolling once again just like it was. Until next time.
Wow, I'll keep it light. Shit out of line, I'ma sprint out of here like a 40 die. I'll pay a price if I stay out of fear, I'ma hit the guy. I want the love and respect, only shit that I'm greedy for. I'm greedy.